Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video here on You Mad Bros. It has been a few days since my last video, which was on Borderlands 3. If you guys haven't seen it, it is my first impressions of Borderlands 3. It is roughly the opening 50 minutes or so of the game, just my very first reactions from the very first time I clicked start application on this game. And now obviously there will be many spoilers for Borderlands 3 in this video. I'll try to keep story spoilers to a minimum. There will be one or two I have to talk about just to explain the new features and stuff like that, but this will basically be a sum up of a good chunk of it. It's impossible for me to possibly remember all the new features, as I've seen one review which was quite annoying. I can't remember who it's by and I won't say even if I did, but there was a reviewer who made a review of this game critiquing it, saying they have not added anything new, it's just like Borderlands 2, they have not added almost anything new. If you hear anyone say that, they are categorically wrong. If you still have any doubts and you've seen those videos and you think, oh yeah, they haven't really added anything new, just watch the end of this video. There are so many new really cool features on this game. All the guns are completely unlike any I've used on Borderlands 2, they all work so uniquely. I've not even had two guns yet which even reload even slightly similar, they all reload really cool. But anyway, there will be spoilers pretty much the second I press X. If you haven't seen anything on this game, obviously there'll be spoilers of my character, my build, there'll be some spoilers about some of the action skills. There is also one other main spoiler which will become a part of its own video. I'll talk about that. There is only one flaw I've mainly found in this game, which I will talk about in great detail in a separate video coming in a day or two. But it'll be impossible for me not to show you guys my most hated point. And I'll have to quickly sum it up in this video and then talk about it more in a later video. But anyway guys, X. Spoiler warning, the second this loads you will start seeing spoilers for the game. Okay, first things first, new title screen. This is obviously the new title screen for Borderlands 3. It is very cool. I am playing as Flak the Beastmaster. As you can see already, the skins just look so much more cool in this game. I've got an animated skin at the minute. That's one thing that Borderlands 2 didn't seem to have much of, was actual moving animated skins. Like, I've already found this one. As you can see, I'm on chapter 14. Haven't yet finished the campaign, but it should all be good. Right, okay, let's get right into this video. Okay. As you can see, the HUD's been a bit more revamped. The skill trees are now on the bottom right, well, not the skill trees, the skill is now on the bottom right corner, along with your grenade ammo count. It's still generally, the HUD still looks roughly similar. As you can see, there is a second health bar above my health bar. That is because the character I am playing as does in fact have a pet, which I don't want to show you too much of because that will obviously spoil more about what the action skill is. But my character does actually have a pet. I will be doing probably a more in-depth look at this character. He's called Flak. I'll be doing a much more in-depth look, looking at his skill trees, looking at what the different skills you are. Well, first things first, let me show you guys the new, first of all, the new echo system. I'm going to put it in my inventory, so I will spoil stuff. Okay, I'm trying my best not to spoil her. As you can see, you now actually have a device which you pull out, and you can actually get various skins and stuff for the device which you pull out. So that, first of all, is the first new feature. The echo has been massively updated. You can now also add skins to the echo, so that is the first new feature. And then obviously the skill trees, as you can see, are much more detailed. There are many more types of skills. You can now choose from 3 action skills for every character. This one actually has kind of 6. There are 3 actual action skills you activate and they're on a cooldown, but then this guy does in fact also have 3 different animals you can have accompanying you. I choose to have the skag because the skag is just overpowered in general. Actually, I don't have the skag on that I've got on at the minute. I do actually have on that one. But then you can also have a skag, a spider ant. This is the first time I've actually seen these in full. I've been using the skag for the whole playthrough one. Or a new species called the Jijaba, I believe these are called. Anyway, I would put the skag back on. Skag is what I will choose to actually have on. But you can also, as you go down the skill tree, unlock various different types of skags which have different things. And then this is an entirely new feature. There are now augments, as you can see on the left, that are kind of like a V shape, kind of like the recruit symbols that you would get on like the old Modern Warfare games, which would just be kind of like a V. If I've gotten that right correctly, then they'd add more Vs on top. I don't know. But you can choose from 2 augments now. They're basically just like buffs that activate during certain times and stuff. Each skill tree has like 4 augments. That's like for a total of 12 in total. There are different versions of all the pets that you can get, so that's 6 in total. So there's many more in-depth builds I can see happening. You can have skills on other skill trees and pets from other skill trees mix-matched. So there's like multiple combinations you can have now between different things. That's all very cool. It is just fantastic. So the skills are much improved. There is a new badass rank system which I have not yet tried, so I cannot give my verdict. More spoilers incoming. It is called the Guardian rank system, but it says locked until the end of the story. I'm really excited to see what this does. I do not yet know. I've not finished the campaign as of yet. But as you can see, it's got all the same percentages kind of system, but with some new ones like fight for your life and stuff. And there are obviously new like skill trees almost on the right, which I've not yet. I don't actually know what yet they actually do. I'm guessing it's just similar to badass rank, but it looks a lot more in depth. There's Guardian tokens, Guardian rewards. There's all this inventory system. Hang on, this is going to show you guys the one flaw I have with Borderlands 2. I found a few little like out of the maps where you can stick your head through things, so it's not flawless yet. But the only main flaw I found with the game, it's about to get spoiled now. My inventory is about to do quite hefty spoilers if you are a loot hunter and you want to farm things for yourself. I'm not getting any spoilers about what drops what. You're about to get spoilers. Here is my inventory and the first and only main big flaw I have with this game. Okay, as you can see, I have a stupendous number of legendary items. I'm not going to show you guys them much in too much detail. I do actually have about 4 or 5 more than this, but they are currently in my storage vault because I just don't have the inventory space to keep them on me at all times. The legendary drop rate on this game is stupidly big. Some bosses drop 2 to 3 per like kill. I've had a couple from chests. I'm only like 3/4 way through the campaign and I've had upwards of 10 oranges, which I think they need to update and make that much smaller, as just obviously this is just going to take the fun out of legendary loot farming, because I'm near the end of the campaign and I've probably found a good like maybe quarter of the legendaries. I found over 10 so far, and I'm just still going. I'm still getting like a legendary for like half hour of play at this point out of just chests. Random enemies are dropping stuff. I've had some legendary skins dropped off just some random bandits and stuff like that. It's just they're too much drop. But there are a few new features they have actually added. I will have to show you guys one of the legendary guns now, so I can show you guys 2 of the new features. So this sniper is called the Wood Blocker. I actually got this from a chest, so I cannot actually say what drops this. But if you inspect the gun now, here it is, the Wood Blocker. As you can see in the bottom right, another one of the many new features of this game is weapon skins. As of yet, I only have one skin. It is this skin. I started with it since I pre-ordered the game. It's called Goldilocks and Loads. There is a store where you can buy skins, and there are quite a lot of them. But as you can see, it just completely changes the look of the gun. Personally, I don't really like this feature too much because it usually removes either the animation if it's a legendary gun with like an animated skin, or just removes the like wood pattern, so I don't really get why I'd have this skin. It doesn't even look like the legendary as much anymore. So I choose primarily not to have it. This is the first time I have ever actually noticed this before. So this is a new feature right here that I did not actually know was a feature. So you guys actually seeing this first time. You can actually now look at the manufacturer description of all the stuff there, some challenges you can do with the gun. That's actually pretty cool. Elements, it'll show you how much health, shield and armor damage. That is really cool. Also, as you can see at the bottom there, it says radiation damage. They have added a new element to this game called radiation, and they've also brought some back from the old games like cryo, from the pre-sequel, the ice element. And then you can also, I did know this was already featured, you can also look at the different parts. It will tell you what kind of part it is, what the part actually does. But yeah, it will show you guys the individual parts and highlight them. And then the next new feature is a new thing called Trinkets, which are like little things you hang off your gun. Allow me to show you. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it, I'll try and put an arrow to it or something on the screen at the minute. There is a little trinket dangling down from, I'm trying not to show you guys too much of it. There is a little CO4P TP bot hanging down from my thing there. They're like literal just like keychains almost you can hang. I do have a few at the minute. I have a few of these different skills and stuff you can hang. But then the map is much improved. As you can see from the top view, you would think, but this just looks like the map in Borderlands 2. This is why it's improved. You can now rotate it. It actually shows more of like a height and depth. Makes it much better for actually getting around, and just generally makes it a lot easier to see where you're going and the height a mission needs to be at, because you can actually see like stairs on this better and individual things. You can zoom in real close if you want to proper get a good like height, depth and stuff. Quest log, actually I'm not going to show that because that will obviously just spoil the names and descriptions of many quests. If you guys want to see, you probably could have just paused the video there. But everything acts so uniquely in this game. I'll just fire my gun a bit, every gun in this game reloads really cool. Like that one, you slot the mag into the middle. To be fair, these guns aren't a good testament to this. This one is a bit more of one. Obviously spoilers, but this one actually has an endless magazine size, and it like overheats, as you can see in the bottom right. So you can just endlessly fire this, and then there's no like reload animation. You just kind of like crank it if it overheats like that. But yes, there is a lot of stuff. The melee as well is much improved. You actually like lunge, melee will keep doing damage. They've also added more of like parkour elements. Like if you played Apex Legends, it's a bit like Apex Legends. You can jump, you can mantle objects now, which makes climbing better. There is also now a slide you can do, which makes just generally traversing a bit more fun. My Skag obviously looks really cool because I've got a legendary skin for the Skag. You can also fully customize the Skag. You can name the Skag. I've decided to call it Scar in respect to Borderlands 1. So yes, that is generally all the features with the inventory and stuff. The fast travel now, you do not actually need to be in a fast travel menu to fast travel. There's going to be more spoilers incoming right now the second I press triangle. You can go into orbit view. So this is the new map layout of the game. Obviously, spoilers for all the names of places on the left. I'll take us to Sanctuary. As you know, if you played the DLC, Sanctuary was destroyed. There is a new place called Sanctuary in this game. It's the new hub world. So this is what I meant by I have to spoil some stuff to show you guys all the new features of this game. I'll only show you guys a few more features. I don't just want this to be like a half-hour long spoiler central. I'm just showing you guys some of my favourite new features. The vehicles is probably what I'm going to show you last, because they have added some really cool new vehicles and new features, and the customising vehicles is so much better. The customising your character as well, I've only just thought is so... I should be able to show you guys... Hang on, I should be able to show you guys the majority of that now. As you can see as well, the graphics are obviously much better as well. Okay, it's just slight spoilers over there. Currently, this is my favourite gun, the one I've got on now. But this is the new customised menu. There are now emotes in this game. I don't personally like the idea of emotes, as long as they don't take them too far. Like just having simple emotes like point and stuff like that, fine. If you're playing online with someone who you can't talk to, fine. Echo themes, I've not actually looked at this one yet. But as you can see, there are a few new echo themes. This is the one I'm choosing to go with. It's purple, just like my skin. That's the one I'm choosing to go with. I do also have a new head I've not yet looked at. It doesn't look too bad. But yes, these are the few heads I found so far. That's probably the more humorous one. There's also Lance and other helmets and stuff I found. This is my favourite one so far. It just goes so well with the purple skin. The default just looks like that, which wasn't incredible. But then you can do this. New things you can do as well. You can now also change the colour scheme of your skins in this game. You can also change the colour scheme of it. There we go. I should actually be able to just change this. To be fair, I kind of like that other one a bit better, but I'm not going to change this like currently. I'm just going to stick with what I've got. But yes, there's those. There you can respec on this. It shows you what things you have. I would check the social screen, but I'm pretty sure SharePlay stops recording once you go on that screen. But there is a new like social screen, a new inbox system where if you say get 100 kills with a Jacobs gun, you'll get an email in your inbox in this game off Jacobs as a manufacturer, and they're like, thank you for using Jacobs guns, here's a free gun, and they'll give you like a blue gun or something. And now, more new features. There is a recycling bin, which if you lose a legendary or it falls off the map or through the floor, it will eventually come back and respawn in the recycle bin. At least I'm pretty sure that is how this works, but I've not yet had one do that, so I cannot say to it. And then this is probably one of my favourite new features. This is your room in the game. You can put different decorations on the wall. I believe there are 3 or 4 slots. I do not have many decorations as of yet, but there are speakers, there are the Skag Skull I really like. I just have a speaker and some Skag Skulls. But all the rooms are also unique for your character. So mine has like the bed here and like spider ant food for the spider ant, a Skag bowl over here, and I think Jabba snacks over here. Yeah, and there's also the vault. As you can see in the vault, I have more legendary guns and legendary class mods. And then one of the best new features, I think this finger's making a lot of noise. One of the best features is you do have a weapon wall as well now, where you can hang up your favourite guns. As you can see, there are more oranges on this wall. So how many is that in total? I'm like not even 3/4 way through this playthrough according to a mate who's finished the game. So I've got 5 on me. There are 4 legendaries in the wall and 2 in there for a total of 11 legendary weapons, and I'm only around 3/4 way through my first playthrough of the game. It is absurd. You get too many of them. I've had double drops. One of my mates got 3 drops in 1 kill of a certain story boss. They do drop absolutely too many of these, but it is very cool. There are Obviously all the legendaries and stuff do now just go on the wall. It is very cool. It also like highlights legendaries a lot more in this game. I can't really expect to show you that now, but when you find a legendary and it gets dropped, it does also highlight it on the map with like a bright orange beam, and they are much easier. They also make a very loud audio cue. Here's the golden key chest. Now you're going to start getting story spoilers based on what characters are in Sanctuary at the minute, so please just turn the video off now if this is all you wanted to see. There are not too many big more features after this point other than the odd few things. Okay, Marcus looks much different, but now the SDUs are. I love Marcus. Staring at it is much more like Borderlands 1-esque, where it now costs money to buy SDUs rather than Iridium, which I do like. It has took it back to the basics. It's easier now to get all the SDUs, having to farm for Iridium endlessly. The stores as well, it shows you the item of the day just while you're hovering above it, which I think is incredibly cool. And then it's more of like a rotisserie wheel now, which is just really cool. You can see all the guns. Guns also have an item score now and bonus features. That's what I forgot to show you. Some guns have more than one feature. I don't think my legendaries do, but some guns have like multiple kind of multiple settings you can have them in almost. Like some of them, like some pistols will have a grenade launcher setting. You press down on the D-pad and it'll like either like turn the barrel of the pistol upside down, then it'll convert it to like a grenade launcher until you change it back. Like if I look through some of these guns on the store, do any of these have one? Yeah, like you can swap it between fully automatic and 4-shot burst. You'd press down the D-pad and it would change it to that. Thrown up and sticks to surfaces and will suicide into enemies. Yep, so a lot of the TDLs are better in this. Yep, swaps between free burst. Can switch between shock and corrosive. There are multiple element guns in this game, like there are loads of them. You can change between elements like mid-combat, which just makes it cooler. The gun entirely just changes animation as well and colour. It's really cool. You can shoot thrown TDLs now to do more damage. They usually go in like a little ball and they like hop around or something and it'll say like shoot. There is a new Marcus shooting range. I'll show you a little bit of that. I don't massively like it, but it isn't too bad. You can either choose to, I believe you can read the rules. Yep, here. There's normal mode, challenge mode. If you shoot Handsome Jack, it destroys all the targets. If you shoot Claptrap, it ends the game. There's challenge mode, there's normal mode. Yeah, so there's just targets will come around here. I'll show you guys one quick little play of it. I've not yet got the trophy for getting a perfect score on this yet, because I've not really had good enough guns that I'm good enough with to actually... Like, as you can see, it still needs a bit of work, as in it doesn't fully actually work as good as it should do currently. So you'll like shoot a target multiple times and it just won't like register that you've actually shot the target. As you can see, you've got to hit basically every target to get a perfect score and get that trophy. But yep, that is that feature. There is an entirely new, there's multiple new collectibles that I'm not going to spoil. There are dozens new types of collectibles, well not dozens, maybe like 5 or 6 new types of collectibles you can get, which do actually have an effect on your ship and do put some cool stuff in the ship. I'll go to the new Moxie's bar, show you guys the new slot machines. There is now the loot boxer. It actually shows you all the prizes up here. I've not yet had some of these prizes. There are quite a few new cool additions. You can now get legendary grenade mods, legendary trinkets, skins, heads, class mods, shields.
Oh, sorry, I was talking to someone else.
You can get all sorts. Let's just have a spin of this just to show you guys if I get anything cool. Eyeball. Nope, didn't win anything. There's also Iridium slot machines. I will go and show you guys the Iridium store in a second. It is much improved. Vault line. This is more of a legendary vending machine. There's also the cash traps, which are more class mods and customization options. There's the collectible system. It does also show you guys, like I have 5 out of all those collectibles in that certain collectible thing on the wall in Moxie's bar. It shows them. I don't know why Moxie's not actually in a bar. She appears to be still outside. Now let me just show you guys the Iridium store, and then we'll fast travel to a car station, and then I will end it there. That is just a look at just some of the cool new features they've added in this game. There is quite a lot of them. I have no idea what that review was on about when he said that they have added barely anything to this game and he didn't like it, because they haven't added much. They have added so much. I'm gonna try my best not to look at anyone. But here's Crazy Earl's new store. You can now buy purples and blues with Iridium. They're really expensive, so I don't see why you would, but Iridium on this game auto picks up, so I don't feel the joy of seeing Iridium anymore, because it like auto picks up, so most of the time I don't even realise I'm getting Iridium, then I'll just look at my inventory and have like hundreds of it and be like, hey. But here we go.
I got all day, but
Now,
not for you.
Iridium is used more for customization, which I do like. Money to buy, SDUs and everything else. Iridium can get you some really cool heads. Just a quick little flick through of those, including that. I really want that. It can buy you some new skins, it can buy you emotes, there's a few emotes. I don't want stuff like this to become more of a thing, because this just makes the game more like Fortnite, and I really do not want it to become more like Fortnite. Like, having all these emotes makes me feel like at some point they'll add some kind of battle royale or something more and ruin it. But there are some quite cool trinkets. A lot of the trinkets are references and stuff to the older Borderlands games, which I really like. And you can buy room decorations as well, which is quite cool.
Come back, never.
But yes, let's just fast travel. You no longer need to be at a fast travel station to fast travel. I don't know if I said that before. You can just, let's go to Pandora, somewhere familiar, so we don't spoil any main story locations. Let's just go to one of the very first areas of Pandora. Oop, I accidentally came off that map. I don't want to spoil too much about like other areas. Oh, I'm screwing this up so bad. I'm trying to talk. I'm not really like. I'm trying to like speed scroll through locations. Okay, there you go. And then let's fast travel to where can I actually fast travel to? This is one of the first areas you get to in the game, so it should not be spoiling any main story things. This is very reminiscent of Borderlands 1, this location. It does have quite a lot of just things you'll walk past that will just remind you of Borderlands 1. There's nothing too big from Borderlands 1 in it, but it is just like, just really cool walking through it. It just feels like Borderlands 1 a lot more than the other Borderlands do. I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. There will be more videos out. There will be an extensive video talking about the legendary drop rate and just how absurd it is. And I'll show you guys through my legendaries more in that video. And then I'll probably do some farming videos showing you guys what bosses I got, what gun from, to see if you guys can also get it. You'll probably get multiple. I didn't get legendary to level 19, so all those 11 legendaries are from the 11 levels I have gone up from level 19 to 30 that you can see me now. And then guys, this is the new car station. There are multiple vehicles, so if you don't want spoilers for any of the new vehicles, it will put me in my default vehicle, which is a new vehicle, just straight away. So if you don't want spoilers, look away now. Okay, here are my new things. There's the Outrunner, the Bandit Technical, and the new Cyclone vehicle. I will show you guys the Cyclone vehicle. I accidentally just took off my pattern and everything with it, but now, hang on, yes, there's a good opportunity now for me to show you guys this. As you can see, the new Outrunners and stuff, they're all really cool, but you can also now change, you can get new parts for your thing and swap them out and mix match and really have a unique thing. You can change the primary, secondary and tertiary colours again. You can give it an overall like paint job. There's quite a lot of skins just already in this game, plus there's DLCs and stuff coming soon. You can change what armour it has on it, whether heavy armour or light armour. You can change the kind of tyres it has, the kind of engine it has, the weapons it has. They're both the heavy and the light weapon. I'll just give you guys a quick look at some of the different ones I have to show you guys that have actually unlocked some new stuff. Paint jobs and stuff I'm not really going to look at here. I do not have a new drive weapon yet, but turret weapon on this I do have both barrel launcher and sticky bombs. They are obviously a new feature. Armour wise, I do have all the armours for the Bandit Technical currently. You can either get new armours you can now hijack vehicles from bandits, so when you see one drive past you can go up to it and hold square and your guy will jump up and like hijack it, GTA style. And then if you bring it, Ellie will come over the echo saying this vehicle has new parts that you don't yet own. Bring it back to the catch rider and we'll scan it in, and then you get new parts. I do have both hover wheels and all-terrain wheels, so this thing can hover. But I will show you guys the new vehicle now, the Cyclone. I'm just going to put back what I originally had on it, if I can find it. I do actually have a very nice skin for this. I'm trying to think which one it was. I believe it was that one. And then I believe I had it with the, I had hover wheel. Yes, this was more like it. And then I had sonic booster on it. Armor, I do not actually have any new armor or weapons yet for this. Prime weapons, I believe I did have red everything. And then the actual main thing itself was like purple, I believe. My controller is slightly broken, that's why it keeps spinning towards the left and stuff. My control does keep spinning all on something. Okay, so that is roughly it. I'll show you guys the new vehicle. It's a very cool vehicle. I'm not going to drive around too much, just out of respect of not wanting to spoil too much. But as you can see, it is a very cool new vehicle. You can change the forms of your vehicle, so this one can hover, which lets it drive sideways and all directions, whereas driving it without the hover just means that it will go faster, but it does actually just go forward and back. I prefer it in hover just because it's much easier to maneuver. You can kind of like proper just turn it and stop dead and like turn around and stuff. So that is a very cool new feature. I'm not actually sure what it's like to get my vehicle to get destroyed. Can I hit my Skag? No, I don't think I can. Okay guys, so that is just some of the new features. Also all the guns and just grenades, everything works so cool and so differently. Just for example, here's one of the grenade mods I have. It spawns like little mushrooms and then it like spits out. All the grenades and everything work so differently to the last game. It is very cool. Like this, for example, like splits off into more like explosives when I fire it. This just has overheat mag. There's multiple new things. Guns have different forms, multi-elements, all sorts of really cool features. You unlock stuff a lot more spaced out. The campaign's a lot longer. I'm currently like nearly 30 hours in. I'm still on playthrough 1. I'm doing every side quest on my first playthrough. I'm going through it slowly. But anyway guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I've not remotely covered all the features. I've probably covered about half to 3/4 of the ones I found so far. I know I'm forgetting quite a few. I can think of 1 or 2 in mind now that I will show you guys in another video. But yes, these are all the things I could show 50-50 spoiler free. But yes guys, I hope you all enjoyed. Sorry about the spoilers. As you can see, too many legendaries in this game. My entire setup, and I also have backup legendaries if I get bored of the ones I've got. It is just too many legendaries in this game. But I hear a friend of mine has had about 5 or 6 legendary pistols, and I've had 2, and I've said the name of both of mine, and he has said he hasn't got either of those. So there are quite a lot of legendaries in this game, considering that is 7 pistols just that we've discovered in the first playthroughs of this game, which is absolutely absurd. There is also one nice little feature I didn't show before. You can actually buy max ammo now just from looking at the store. You don't need to open it and individually spam X and buy anymore. You can just look at the store, hold triangle, and it will just buy max ammo for all your stuff just straight away, just boom like that, like nice and simple. Everything in this game is just more fine-tuned, just the gameplay. The combat's better. There's a few new features with enemies, like if you have a shotgun or something that has a lot of kickback, if you shotgun an enemy, they have a chance to fall over or go like flying into the air or backwards. Like, if you punch them hard enough, they do go like flying on their back, or like they like fall over. Just everything in this game is so much more refined. It's just really, really good. But yes guys, I'll see you all in the next video. I will have a video out in a few days just talking about the very annoying legendary drop rate. I hope they fix it and make it like it is in Borderlands 2, where you actually have to farm. Otherwise, by the end of playthrough 2, I will most likely have every legendary weapon in the game. But I'll see you all in the next video. But for now, peace.
If only I could turn back.